So in this video, we're going to be checking out an air fryer by a company called Cosori. Here we have the specs on the weight and the size of the box. It is decently large as it is a double bin. So we are double boxed, and that's the retail box, and we can see the picture of what it looks like. We even get a free recipe book, which could be helpful. So this is a dual basket 9 quart. More information here. And some more interesting stuff on the back. So as we open it up, you can see everything is packed very nicely. Here we have like of everything documentation wise, including our recipe book and the manual. So the recipe book is quite nice. Pages are thick, and it kind of goes over here of everything you can cook. So the food type, the way to cook it, temperature, and runtime. So yeah, could be quite useful if you're new to air frying. And then we also have some pretty nice recipes of meals you could make. So right on the top, we got the two platforms. They are pretty thin. They are non-stick and seem to be pretty good quality. We got rubber feet here to sit down in the basket. We got the prong plug nestled here, which we'll get out of the way, and then we'll take the first layer out. And here we can see the fryer itself. And once we pull it out, there's nothing left in there, and the fryer is wrapped in this plasticky foam cover. All right, and this is what it looks like. Very nice looking. So we got dark theme here with black plastics and some gray gunmetal kind of accents. So here there's some basic things to do, things to not to do. Operating, you can peel this off, you can leave it on. Yeah, there's quite a bit to this machine as it is a dual basket with dual purpose capabilities. So here in the front it says before you start, you got to pull out these baskets and take some stuff underneath out. So to get them off, we need to get this tape off. And there is a cardboard inside, and that's what they want you to get out. Same thing for this side. So the basket itself is pretty nice, very decent size, my hand. Not huge, but you know, big enough for most things. It's got the non-stick finish all around it. The metal is reasonably thick, but you know, it's on the thinner side. But overall feels really good and sturdy. And if you guys can see, we actually have a window here that we can see through. So that'd be pretty interesting. I don't really see a light in there. Maybe there is, but we have the coil up there with fans blowing down. And that's what the inside looks there. So yeah, they are independent coils for each of the sides, which is exactly what we want for this dual fryer. So let's go ahead and peel this, because we don't need this anymore. Put our little platforms inside the basket, so they kind of got a snug fit to them. So the machine does sit on rubber feet. Here's what it kind of looks like. And looking at the back of it, we can see we got some venting here, and also almost looks like a tray here. Not sure exactly what that's for, but yeah, maybe it's, if anything is liquid, it just collects in here maybe. But yeah, that's what it looks like here from the back. Lots of venting, and it says hot surface here. Yeah, pretty clean. We got the cord coming out right the center, and it's not very long. I would say 3.5 feet. So yeah, pretty short cord. All right, so we changed our location. I plugged the machine in, and the little beep came up with this little light. So this is our display here. It's like a touch screen. So if we click on this, it's gonna all light up. And here we can see all of our settings. So we got the temperature control here. Then, you know, the time. We do have a light button here. Actually does turn on the light, guys. So there is a light inside, and you can see it's right on the top in that corner. There's quite a bit of light. And even though this window's tinted, you can still see through it pretty reasonably well. So we have this side, and then we have this other side, which also has the light same way. So we have our left and right, and you know, you can activate both of them, meaning use them separately as two different machines, and that's great for cooking two different things at the same time. So here we have the settings for what this thing can do. It can air fry, roast, preheat. So air fry is going to be normal air frying, and roasting is going to be more for cooking that requires that. We also have bake, broil, and dry. So you can actually use this machine to just dry things up, kind of like a dehydrator. So we got preheat, shake, sink finish, and sink cook. So essentially you have your controls here, and then this is kind of like presets. So let's say if you wanted to remind you to shake or to, you know, flip things around, it'll do that at most likely about half time. And then if you want to preheat, you can also do that. So let's go ahead and just start one side. So we got this one here. Let's just bring the time down to 10 minutes and maybe bring the temperature down a bit. So if you hold it, it goes fast. But yeah, the touch screen seems to be quite responsive. So let's click on start. All right, actually both started. So let's just start this one here. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, so that started. So if we want to also use this one, I guess we need to click that. And now we can set it to, you know, whatever we want and start it here. You can see we got a different thing going on here than over there. So I think, let's see, if we just click and hold this, does it stop? Okay, yeah. So if you click the R for the right, it'll just cut it off. And same thing for the left here. If you just hold it, turns right off. So yeah, you got to get used to the controls a bit, but overall seems pretty straightforward. So if you used the air fryer before, you probably know that it does get messy, and this is where you probably want to get something like this. They're air fryer paper liners, and well, look at that. We also got some cooking times here with these liners. Could be quite useful too. These make it much easier to do cleanup when you're done, as you just sit the paper in there and all your mess kind of gets contained inside the fryer, instead of, you know, dripping all down everywhere and then there's a huge mess to clean up. So yeah, if you're going to use the fryer a lot, this will really help keep everything clean and tidy as you cook. All right, so let's go ahead and try to cook some stuff in the air fryer. I got a couple eggs. I want to boil them. So you can boil eggs with an air fryer just like you would do in water. So we'll put them on this side, and we don't need a liner for that, as they should just cook just like that. And on the other side, we're going to put some sausages, and we'll use the liner for that because we don't want to clean up a mess afterwards, just like that. So we're going to cook sausage on this side and boil some eggs on that side. So let's go ahead and set the sausages first. I think 390 should be good. We just need to set the time, and I think we don't need more than about maybe 8 minutes. That should be good. I'm going to turn on the light so we can see them. So what's interesting is there's no start button over here. The start button is on this side. I guess we'll click that, and it starts. Our shake is on, so it's going to remind us to shake. We probably don't want that, so I'm going to turn that off. So there is some time to preheat also. So the machine's going to preheat first, and then it's going to start cooking. So yeah, you can account for that, or you can just wait and put it in when it's preheated. So let's go ahead and start this one also for the boiled eggs. We'll also keep it at 390, but for the eggs, I think I need about, well, depends how you like your eggs. I'm not sure about this machine. I've used another one, and that's usually what it is. Go with 8 minutes. We'll go ahead and start that. And there we go. It also has the shake. We're going to turn that off. It's preheating, both of them. This one's almost done. This one still has a little while to go. And our lights are on. Okay, so our paper there is kind of covering up. I see the sausages in there maybe. Kind of moving around because of the air blowing. And our eggs are in there. So maybe not a great idea to do preheating while your food's in there because it might burn it. Either way, you can try both ways. All right, so this side's about to go from preheat to actually just cook. And there it goes. It says add food, and let's see if it just continues since we have the food are in there, and it's just waiting. All right, so it looks like it forces you to actually add the food. So let's go ahead and just open it, and we can see our little sausages there starting to cook. Okay, now it cooks. So yeah, I guess on this machine here you do need to open it and close it. So maybe it's a good idea to preheat it and put your food in. And you guys can see the lights actually are timed. Even if you turn them on, they turn off on their own. And then when you open and close it, they turn back on. So, and then they'll time off again. Overall, everything's working, and we're about to start cooking our eggs. So we do need to open it. Okay, eggs look good. Close it back up. And we'll start cooking. So I'll probably put this timer down just a little bit. We'll do 6 minutes instead of the 8. I think that would be much more appropriate, as they were in there quite a bit preheating. So obviously new machine, new timings. I'll have to adjust a little bit, but I've noticed that everything around 7 to 10 minutes is pretty much gets cooked, no matter what it is, especially for like preheated kind of food. And again, you can make anything in here. You can make chicken nuggets, crispers, fries. Obviously fries will take much longer, but and also you can make chicken wings. You know, you can practically make anything in the air fryer. This being 2 separate fryers in one really makes it versatile to make meals. So yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and let this finish, and we'll see what they look like. All right, we're coming to an end. So it does have like a beep, but it's quite subdued. It's not very loud, and it just says in there. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Oh wow, it looks really good. So our paper did kind of curl, but the sausage is definitely cooked. You can kind of see they've grown in size a bit, and they look golden brown. So that looks like about the right time. Maybe next time it would have been better for me to spread them around again to hold the paper on the edges. I would say that is a success for the sausages. And turning the light on makes them look really good in there. So yeah, it looks like our eggs are almost done. And there we go. So I'm guessing the fan turns off eventually, but if we open it, it probably will turn off. Okay, yeah, it does turn right off. And look at our eggs. They look perfect. So yeah, I would say that's quite a successful meal here, especially for breakfast, eggs and sausages. And it didn't take more than 10 minutes or even less to make. So let's go ahead and put them in cold water. That way we're able to peel them. So as you guys see with the eggs, we don't need to do anything, no cleanup, nothing. We're done with that one. And the sausages, there's also no cleanup because we used the paper liner there to protect the fryer from getting dirty. So yeah, guys, if you want yourself a air fryer that's actually useful for cooking multiple things, I think this one here is definitely the one. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't like cooking, this is also great, as you can pretty much warm or quickly cook practically anything. So if you guys are interested, check out the links below, and also get yourself some liners, as that'll make your life much easier.